Does that look closer than it used to? Huh. Interesting. It started to recognize the webcam as the default camera, even though it that's the iOmega. It's telling me when I hook it up, it gives me this same picture, but it says it's the HP webcam, which can't be the case because the screen with the webcam is face up underneath this, pointing upwards. So it's defaulting to using that as the default camera, I guess. So it's possibly confused. But yeah, had some gaming going on tonight, and I think next week, a week from tonight, is another gaming night. Tonight was a D&D gathering. Oh, man, I'm tired. And I've got massive Charlie horses in my feet right now. I'm really uncomfortable. All over the place the last couple days. Last night we did a little brush burning for a fire. So I had an empty can from some refried beans, and we melted some things in there. And that's set up, and I got to look at that and explore that today. It's cooled down and got to check it out. I don't know if I'll be able to do anything with it. There's a lot of gunk to it. Sorry about yawning. A lot of gunk to it, but I'm kind of curious. I'll have to cut it open to get access to it. And then tonight I went off to a group of people. We're meeting once a month to do a D&D game at a local. It's Boards and Brews. It's a pub sort of where you can go and you pay a door fee and you play board games, and you can get pub food and drinks and whatnot. And I don't know if there's a per board game fee or if it's just the at the door fee. But we played D&D. This was the second night we've done that. So they did it last month on Sunday too. So it's once a month. And then next weekend is going to be a board game playtest and prototype night. And I think I'll see if I can get some playtests done on some of the new games that I made. But I got to figure out a few other things that I want to try to do. Okay, so planning for this coming week. I'm trying to reorganize my brain because I'm all over the place right now. Planning for this week, looking at the cooking recipes that I'll probably be doing. My battery may run low. How much time? I got about an hour and a half if I don't do anything too intense. All right, so cocktail sauce, pizza, pasta, and ketchup. Chinese mustard, French's mustard, honey mustard, Dijon mustard, mayo, tartar sauce, Russian dressing, and ranch. So that's 1, 2, 3. Then I was looking at hollandaise, Alfredo, garlic butter, and I was looking at the cheese sauce and the garlic sauce. I might do garlic butter too. But so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 would be the pesto, pico de gallo, Italian dressing. And I think what I'm doing for that is So let's do that. Let's change my notes here. Cream sauce, and then a and then Italian dressing. And I think what I was going with last night was going to do a potential sesame ginger dressing. Okay, so I will move these around here. Mayo. So barbecue is going down for some other time. So the barbecue, A1 curry and buffalo sauces, I'll pull out and do another time. And then the teriyaki, sweet and sour, hoisin, and duck sauce. I will do another time as well. Okay, so we've got tomato base, mayo, mustard, pesto. Okay, so that's where that is. Okay. So, all right, I've got those figured out. I was brainstorming the other night. I feel stupid now. I should have made notes of it the other night because I had ideas for a few others. Um, uh, I can't remember now. I had enough to make four um, ideas out of 5 for another week of doing this at some point in the future. That's not how that works. Numbers don't jump. There we go. So we had the Asian sauces, like the duck sauce, the hoisin, sweet and sour, teriyaki. Oh, one of them was doing like a... No, that's not quite right where I was going with that. I think one of them might have been other dressings. Maybe not. So pesto, pico de gallo, Italian dressing, sesame ginger dressing, pizza mayo, tartar sauce. No, I'm not doing tartar sauce. Okay, I must have made a note in one place but not another. I did something weird. Let's see if I can... So I said Chinese mustard, French's mustard, honey mustard, Dijon mustard, cocktail sauce, pizza sauce, pasta sauce, like a spaghetti sauce, and ketchup. That's right. Mayo, not a tartar sauce. I think we were going with... Goodness. So we were doing mayo horseradish sauce. Thousand Island dressing. Were we doing a ranch? These are things I'm going to be doing this week, so I got to really kind of figure this out now so I can get the ingredients. Okay, the mustard's right. The mayo's... I'm not sure about the ranch on that one. Hollandaise, Alfredo, garlic cream sauce, and cheese sauce, pesto pico Italian, sesame ginger. So I think the big question there is, am I doing that ranch dressing? And that's, if I do that, that's probably going to be the middle of the week. So I think I'll do ketchup and mustard first. And then mayo, Italian dressing and pestos, then hollandaise and cream sauces. Yeah. So the pizza, the ketchup, the cocktail, the pasta sauces, none of those use any of the other ingredients. Chinese mustard, French's mustard, honey mustard, Dijon mustard. So that's mostly going to use we're going to see vinegars, some wines, some honey, some water, mustard seed or mustard flour, and then I'm not sure about the French's. I got to remember how I do that one. Like this, I call it French's, but that's the one that everybody knows. The yellow mustard that everybody puts on their hot dogs. That's what that is. It's not the spicy Grey Poupon or other brown mustards or whatever. The gray mustards. Hollandaise, Alfredo, creamy garlic sauce, and a cheese sauce. Pesto, pico de gallo, Italian dressing, sesame ginger dressing, mayo, horseradish sauce. Thousand Island dressing would need ketchup, but sesame ginger dressing, I think that doesn't use any of the other ingredients. I think the only possibility is, I can't remember, there's some mustard dips that I can do that involve like making them creamier by adding mayonnaise. And I don't think that's what's in the French's style that I want to do. I think that one's pretty much just mustard powder, some turmeric, some water, some vinegar, maybe some sweetness to it, a little bit of sugar or something. Not sure. I know the honey has honey. The Dijon has some sweetness to it. But I think the Dijon has less vinegar to it. So I'm going to have to crunch numbers on the amount of ingredients. So when I go and buy, like, if I'm going to be doing the ketchup, the mustards, I think in the there might be a touch in the mayo. There's but I'm going to need enough vinegar of the right kind for each of those. Pesto, pico de gallo, Italian dressing I'm going to need vinegar for. And sesame ginger, maybe? Then I'm going to need eggs. I'm going to need molasses and sugar, and I'm going to need some tomato paste. And that's going to go for the pizza, pasta, ketchup, and cocktail sauce. So I'm going to need enough that I can make a big batch of pasta sauce and then take from the pasta sauce and make a pizza sauce. And then a separate batch for ketchup, and from the ketchup make the cocktail sauce. So I'm going to need a lot of mustard powder and mustard seeds. I'm going to need a lot of tomato base. And I need a lot of eggs, a lot of oil. I'm going to need some prepared horseradish, some sweet relish, and I'm going to need buttermilk and some herbs and spices for the ranch. Pesto is going to be herbs and spices. I'm going to need herbs and spices for the pasta too. It's going to be like Italian seasoning, basil, oregano, maybe some thyme. And then ketchup has an amazing amount of stuff in it. It's going to need, if I can, I'd like to find some raisin paste, because that gives a very distinctive touch to the flavor that will remind people of a certain type. Pesto, olive oil. So I'm probably going to need oil. I'm going to need at least 2 types of oil, I think. I'm going to need a neutral oil and a little bit of olive oil. Pico de gallo, tomatoes, onions, peppers, pretty much straight. Italian dressing is going to be oil and vinegar with some herbs and spices. Sesame ginger, again, might be an oil and vinegar. I can't remember if there's a specific vinegar for that or if that's more of a sesame oil and a like a pickled ginger taste to it. I have to look that up again. Hollandaise, I'm going to need egg yolk and butter. So I'm going to need butter for that one. And lemon juice. All right. So I'm going to have to do I have another file open? I must have at some point had to open another file. Where was I doing this? Oh, there we go. So that's a list of ingredients. Dijon, honey mustard, Chinese mustard, French mustard, ketchup, cocktail sauce, pizza sauce, pasta sauce, hollandaise, Alfredo, garlic sauce, cheese sauce. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I might do 5 on the day I do the creamy sauces. All right. Pesto, pico, Italian dressing. I'm going to move off the barbecue, A1 buffalo curry, teriyaki, sweet and sour, duck sauce, hoisin sauce. So that's going to be like 4. Okay, there's 8. I maybe swap that out for sesame ginger. Sesame ginger sauce, dressing. And marinade, I guess, if you really want to use it as marinade. So I think that's where my recipes are going to be this time around. I should go back and see if I can brainstorm out what the ones I was thinking of last night that I didn't write down. I'm such an idiot. My brain just wasn't in it. Yeah, I'm just all over the place tonight. All right, so that's, I feel like, what was it I was doing? I was doing like a, sauces that I could do for later. I feel like one of them was going to be like a enchilada sauce or something like that. I don't know. I just like it's gone now, and I should have written it down when I was paying attention when I had the idea. That's the thing is like if I'm in the middle of doing something and I'm like I can't stop to write it down, sometimes ideas just disappear, and that sucks because it means redoing the work for it. And that's kind of the reason I'm oftentimes doing so much at a given time, because like if I don't do it, I'll lose it. I'll just forget it. And like there are things I want to do and like I'm interested in doing and would be great to do and would take more work to come up and figure out again later. So if I can just do them now, that would be the ideal. But I just missed that one. All right, so horseradish sauce, Thousand Island ranch. I guess I am doing the ranch. To figure out what the I've made batches of ranch before. I'll decide whether or not it's going to be a chipotle ranch, because I mean I like making that chipotle ranch. It's tricky because the spice can sometimes destabilize the mixture, and so like it's better to just make a buttermilk ranch and let it be, and then like an hour or two before you use it, mix in a little bit of chipotle seasoning, and it's good to go for that time. But if you put it in there and you let it set for a night or two, you come back and there'll be a layer of liquid underneath of it where it's separated out. I'm sure if I included like a binding agent of some kind, it would ease that a little bit. Like a gum arabic or something would emulsify it better. So Dijon, honey mustard, Chinese mustard, and French's mustard. So that's water, mustard, turmeric, vinegar, and salt. Yeah, that's pretty much all there is to that. So it's sort of like the Chinese mustard, but with more vinegar. Chinese mustard is just water and mustard powder. Dijon is a little bit of wine. Well, I mean, I guess you'll see this when I make them and show the directions of how I make them. I guess that'll be Tuesday. I do have to let the Dijon sit overnight to soak, so I may actually do the start on that. And then, like, I may do half a batch of the Dijon. I may do half of it the night before, and then half of it the night of the mustard video, so that, like, I can show you, like, this is how you prep the first part. This is the second part that I started last night, so I can show you what to do next when it's soaked overnight. And then I think that's the one that needs the most attention like that. And on ketchup night, or tomato-based night, I will start the tomato sauce, and that'll take a little while, and then I'll make ketchup while the tomato sauce is cooking. Why would you No, I was telling you to do something there. I'll make ketchup while the tomato sauce is cooking, because the tomato sauce takes about 23 to 30 minutes. And then the ketchup takes like 5 minutes. Most of these will take less than 15 minutes to make. There are a few that are longer term works. So, like a ketchup, cocktail sauce, pizza sauce, those are all going to be about 5 to 10 minutes long. The pasta sauce is going to take the longest. Dijon is an overnight soak, but other than that, it's 5 minutes. Honey mustard, no time. Chinese mustard, nothing. French's mustard, nothing really. Mayo, I mean, that's pretty quick. Horseradish sauce, pretty quick. Thousand Island pretty easy. Ranch, pretty easy. Hollandaise will take a little while to do, but not 10 minutes. Alfredo may take a little while, but not 20 minutes. Garlic sauce, maybe a little longer. Cheese sauce, not too long. Pesto, easy. Pico de Gallo, easy. Italian dressing, easy. Sesame ginger dressing, I'm pretty sure is pretty straightforward. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all of them for the week. Yeah, it's just that initial tomato sauce that takes a long while to do. Like that pasta sauce. I don't think I want to cheat and get canned tomato sauce and then make it into a pasta sauce from there, because it's just like at that point it's just stewed tomatoes and a little olive oil or something, and I add the seasonings to it to make a sauce. I feel like that's too much cheating. I want to show a little bit more than that. And I'll already be using some tomato paste and not showing how to make the tomato paste, because if part of this is I want to eventually do a cookbook where I teach you how to do from raw vegetables all the way through vegetables, eggs, and whatnot, all the way through to the finished product on all of these. Except for like the oils and the vinegars. I mean, I could potentially show how to make some of your own types of vinegars, but I'd like to do a cookbook on how to make all sauces. It's been the project that I've been thinking about for years, and this is my excuse to give it a go. So that's sort of where I'm going this week. So yeah, that's ketchup, mustard, mayo, cream sauces, and then herbs and fresh salsas and dressings. And then later on, I have the barbecue A1 buffalo curry, teriyaki sweet and sour duck sauce, and hoisin sauce. I'm trying to remember. Like, I'm sure I could do like a. I'm sure I could do like a salsa, guacamole, and like a enchilada sauce. What else did I have to do? There's like one more I could do for Mexican seasonings. I'm not sure. It's not coming to me right now. And then there was another one I was looking at. Let's see. Well, what did I do for my mukbangs? I did Indian, Thai. I think I was looking at one point, and part of me wants to say I was looking at how to do maybe like a Worcestershire sauce. But I usually favor doing things in sets of 4 that I could do, and I don't think there's much else I could do with Worcestershire sauce. Let's see, Worcestershire A1. I could rebatch some of these so that they work better as groups. Because I got to do 2 more sets of 4. 3 more sets of 4 for a full 5-day for a later event. But I've got until after August to figure that out. I shouldn't spend too much time bouncing my brain off of that one. I've got to focus on at least the next 2 days, possibly the next 3, and then I can go out on a Wednesday and get the ingredients I need for Thursday and Friday. And then I've got to figure out, like, so for ketchup, I was going to do like French fries, shrimp cocktail for cocktail sauce, make a small pizza, like a bagel pizza or something, and a small bowl of spaghetti on pasta for the pasta sauce. Mustard, I was going to do soft pretzels and like an egg roll or a crab rangoon for the Chinese mustard. And French's mustard. The French's mustard, the honey mustard, and the Dijon could all be done on the soft pretzel. So that's pretty straightforward. Mayo, I was going to do like a tuna salad, horseradish sauce, like a roast beef on small bagel sandwich, Thousand Island dressing. I could do a small salad. Ranch, I could do a small salad. Hollandaise sauce over asparagus, maybe. Garlic butter and toast. Alfredo sauce on pasta. The garlic sauce, again, I could possibly do on pasta. And the cheese sauce over pasta. It's going to be like a sort of like a mac and cheese. I feel like the garlic sauce and the Alfredo could be done on something else. I'll have to think about that one. Pesto on pasta. Pico de Gallo with nacho chips. Italian dressing on a salad. Sesame ginger dressing on a salad. And then when it comes around to Saturday, I'm going to revisit some of these recipes and use them in different ways. So like the ketchup and mustard, I could put on like a hot dog or something. Cocktail sauce, something else. Pizza sauce, I could maybe make like a calzone. The pasta sauce could be served over something else. The mustards, I might have to figure out something else to do with those. The mayo, I can make a mayo, like a mayo and I could do mayo. There's a dip I can do that uses mayo. And then horseradish sauce, I can use that on like a fish or something. And Thousand Island dressing is the one I want to use on a sandwich. That is one of my absolute favorites. And the ranch, I might end up doing something like like the ranch, like that might be when I do the Chipotle ranch dip for like chicken fingers. Hollandaise, make eggs Benedict. The Alfredo over vegetables, maybe, I don't know. Garlic sauce, I would do like a chicken and noodle with a creamy garlic sauce. And the cheese sauce would be the like I mean that's just going to be what it is. The pesto, I could do a pesto on chicken and noodles. Pico de Gallo, I could make like full nachos rather than just a pico de gallo dip. Italian dressing. There's some ways to tweak that one. The sesame ginger I could use as a marinade for meats. No, a marinade for meat and cook those up. So like ways to do them a little bit differently for Saturday. And then I think that'll be this week. And then next week is music. I start tinkering with music. Meanwhile, this week I need to plot out my review of a book for Monday. Tuesday is going to be Views Day. Wednesday, I will hopefully get 5-minute quick summaries of the Marvel Phase 1. And then Thursday is a review of one of the previous projects. Friday is my review of Endgame. And then Saturday, sort of like Q&A or something like that. And then Sunday, preview of what comes in the coming week. So I gotta really get on my game tonight. Once I finish up here, I think I'm gonna give it maybe a few more minutes. When I finish up here, I'm gonna head over and finish the edit on the last review for the 4 set that should have been done in April, but I didn't get done. So it'll be the review of my tripod. Then tomorrow, the first edited video will be for Peter Pan. And then Friday's edited video is for Endgame. Tuesday, I think I'm gonna watch X-Men Last Stand. And then, yeah, the speed runs are going to be the bulk of the work this week. Thursday throwback of reviewing. What was the first one I was going to review? It wasn't my Wrongs book, because that still needs a fair amount of work. It wasn't going to be the animation. The Cyberpunk game, no, not there. The product, the mukbangs. The mukbangs are going to be first for my first Thursday review. Because that was literally, I started that on New Year's Eve. So it feels nice to go back to visit that right away. And then Friday's video, and then Q&A. I'm not sure how I'm going to handle that one. I don't necessarily want to call that a Q&A because I want that to be like a collaboration, a things I found, like YouTube channels that I've recently discovered, or ask me questions and I'll answer them kind of thing, or a travel vlog. I want that to sort of be just like a more vloggy personal video, sort of like these can be sometimes. And then Sunday is the battle plan, like sort of what I'm doing right now. Sundays, I want to be like the what's coming up this week. And those will be edited videos so that in the evenings I can do live videos just focused on the creative projects that I'm working on. So that's sort of where I'm going with this. Any thoughts, concerns? I mentioned in a message, I'm thinking of bumping the times on these live videos closer to like 8 p.m. Eastern. Trying to do them a little bit earlier in the day. Because I feel like not a lot of people are East Coast time, not a lot of people are looking for videos after 9:30 to 10. And I feel like even California time, that's what, 3 hours difference? So 10 minus 3. I don't think a lot of people are like hunting down live videos at 7 p.m. So I feel like if I did it at 8 p.m. here, we might do better. Because I do occasionally get some follow-up watches later, like a day or two later. But I feel like if people wanted to catch me, like going on when traffic is higher, it's not high at 9 to 10 p.m. for live videos. So I feel like we might do better. I don't know what I'm thinking is better, though. Right now, my clock says it's 1 minute to 11 here. Yeah. And it's tricky because when I went across country, not every state does daylight saving time. So, like, you cross a time zone, but half the states you go into in the new time zone are at a different time than the other half because some of them don't use daylight savings time. It's so confusing. It is so confusing. Like, I was in Hawaii when we did the shift from daylight savings time, and like they don't use it there. So when I went to Hawaii from mainland United States, Hawaii was 5 hours off of East Coast or 6, and I can't even remember. And like on the way back, it was an additional hour off in one direction or the other, and I can't, like, it was so confusing. Like, just figuring out time zones is hard, but to have some people and not other people adding or taking away an hour at different points throughout the year, it's an absolute mess. It's so confusing. It's not an ideal situation. And I need to figure out some work time tomorrow for all the things I need to get done, but I think I can pull off everything. I might get my videos up kind of late tomorrow, my edited video. And I don't know if I'll be ready to start the cooking video at 8 p.m. here. So, like, if it's 10 for you right now, then 8 p.m. here for me would be 7 p.m. for you. Is that a doable time for like live updates for you? Because I want to try to aim to get my edited videos up by 6 p.m. each night, and my live videos started at 8, finished at 9 most nights. I like to aim for like a half an hour to 45 minutes, but if I run an hour, an 8 to 9 is probably better than a 10 to 11:30 sometimes. It's all a little bit of a mess right now, and I think there's ways to optimize this better. And it's one of those things I'm working on. I think I did a pretty good job. So you don't do earlier, because you mentioned you had struggles with 9 p.m. and later, like watching with the family, watching Sherlock Holmes, you said. So it feels like after 9:30 to 10 was a little hard to pull off. Is there a better time you prefer later? I'm just trying to get a sense for what makes the most sense. I could do later. I could do 11 or 12 at night. I'm up till oftentimes 2 a.m., so it doesn't hurt me any. I don't know what the viewership is like And I don't have a big enough sample size to know, like, when are people most likely to watch live videos and participate. I don't know. My live watches tend to be you and I, and then I get sometimes 2 or 3, upwards of, like, I've had like 8 or 9 people view some of my live content in the archives. They watch them later. All right. So 1:30 for you would be 2:30 for me. So I could do later. I could do a post at midnight or something like that. That's not hard. I've also been debating in my mind, especially when I'm thinking about going traveling, whether or not I need to do these project videos live. I like to do them live. I can record them ahead of time and set them to update later. But I feel like when I'm traveling, that's going to be harder to do. So I may just figure some of that out later. But I do like doing them live, and I do like talking. So I will just aim for closer to midnight for tomorrow. Tomorrow's live video should be probably closer to midnight, I guess, then. I'll start at 11. Does that work? $10 to 11? Yeah, I can start again at 10. Okay. So I will do, I don't know. That's hard. I will aim for 10:30. How about that? That's a good settling point. It's about middle of the zone right now. And it gives you a little time to spend time with your wife. And then I will ponder a little bit more about these live videos. I like to do them live, and honestly, like, I'm a night owl, so I'm not inclined to do them like 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. in an afternoon area. That's not really my style. But that may be the better choice for live videos. But if I don't have to do these live, I may just do them as premieres at some other point. I don't know. I'll talk with some people when I go out during the summer to VidCon and get a sense for where things make the most sense. See, I figured that there'd be plenty of night owls who are just into seeing what's out there, that people would find it. And maybe there are. Maybe they just haven't found me, that's all. So maybe this works fine. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Alrighty, we're 48 minutes. I sort of planned out where I'm going for the week. And I guess from here, it's cooking tomato-based sauces tomorrow. So I will see you tomorrow for that. I got to do some video editing for the tripod video, and I got to get started on the book Peter Pan for editing tomorrow and posting tomorrow. I'll run out, get my ingredients for my next 3 days of cooking. This could be kind of fun. I'll enjoy this, I imagine. All right, I will see you tomorrow at 10:30. A little later than usual, about an hour later than I usually do. All right. Good night. It's 10:30 East Coast time. Yeah, I forget time zones sometimes. So that's